everybody, I'm Laura Gale Locke with your City 7 News Now update. Well, we've got some good news and bad news for you. The bad news is this weekend you're going to lose an hour of sleep, but the good news is you're going to gain an extra hour of daylight. It's also a weekend where we need to have some other things in mind, and that's why we brought in Fire Marshal Brad Crisp. I understand you have another reminder for us?
Yeah, this is a great time of the year to change the batteries in your smoke alarms and to test your smoke alarms. Smoke detectors are only good for about 10 years, so you want to regularly test them to make sure that they're working. In the event that there's a fire, they go off early, they give you notification, they allow you and your family to get out before the smoke and the heat can get to you and do some harm, some injury to you. So, you know, twice a year we want people to test them, definitely, and to replace the batteries, and this weekend happens to be one of those times.
Okay, so if anybody out there is wondering, how do I go about testing my smoke alarm, what do you recommend?
Yeah, well, typically you're probably going to have to get up on a ladder. There's a little button on the smoke alarm. It's a little LED light typically, or a little push button, and you just hold it in until the smoke alarm goes off. It will start to beep, and all the smoke alarms in your house should go off at the same time. They're all interconnected, so that if one goes off, they all go off. It's also a good time to check and make sure that they're working in your sleeping areas. Sometimes folks put an additional smoke alarm in their bedroom, which we would encourage folks to do. You may have to go around and test those independently. Make sure there's one in your bedroom.
It may seem obvious, but why is it so important that people do this?
Well, the bedroom thing is, that's where you sleep, right? And if there's a fire in your house somewhere, the smoke will get to you first, okay, the carbon monoxide and the smoke. So if you have them outside your sleeping areas, like in your hallway or in your living room, it's going to alert you earlier. If it gets to the point where it gets to your bedroom, or if the fire occurs in your bedroom, you need to have a smoke detector in there as well. And so you want to have one in there, make sure it's working, make sure the batteries are good.
Will you talk a little bit about how quickly people become disoriented, you know, when the smoke becomes a factor?
Right, yeah, smoke produces carbon monoxide. That is something that affects your mind, your brain, your ability to do things. It poisons you, almost to the point of intoxication. And so when carbon monoxide and smoke get inside your lungs, it starts to affect your ability to make good decisions. Everybody knows their home as well as any place in the world, right? But when you're affected by carbon monoxide and smoke, you become disoriented. You oftentimes lose the ability to get out effectively. And so it's important to be notified that something's going on early while you still have all your faculties, to be able to collect yourself, your significant other, your kids, and get them out of the house and call 911.
That's really interesting, because I think a lot of people didn't realize that, and I certainly didn't know that until I started talking to you about it. But I understand that you've seen some serious consequences for people who didn't heed this warning.
Right. Last year in 2011, 8 people lost their lives in Wichita in fires. And in 4 of those fires, there was not a working smoke alarm present, which means they never had the opportunity to get that notification and to get out of their home. That's a tragedy that can be avoided. Install your smoke alarms, have them installed. Check the batteries, test them, make sure that they're working, because they're there to protect you 24/7. They're on duty all the time. They don't sleep, as long as you maintain them and you make sure the batteries are good in them.
Now, I think it's no secret that, you know, everybody's going through some tough times right now. What if there's somebody out there who maybe can't afford a smoke alarm?
Right. If you can't afford one, or you need help even putting one up, you can call the fire department at 268-4441. 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We've partnered with a group of folks, Schofield Automobile Plaza, the Safe Kids Coalition, and All Pack Interstate Battery. They've been kind enough to give us a number of smoke alarms and some batteries that we, the fire department, can take out to folks, install them in a proper location in your home, free of charge. You just need to give us a call. You can find us on Facebook. You can go to the website, wichita.gov, go to the fire department link to get more information. We want people to know that these things are out here and they're available, and we'll come out and install them.
It's a great partnership. Anything else you want to add?
Stay safe. Test those smoke alarms. Make sure your batteries are working, and I hope everybody has a safe year.
All right. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching this City 7 News Now update.